And the Sherwoods know that they're going to have to push forward again to try and dislodge the Africa Corps from this second line of defence. Now, the African Corps are confident in their own competence, but they also know that they have been recently reinforced. Hitler's determination to hold Tunis has brought about the authorisation of a heavy tank battalion, 501st, to reinforce the African Corps. Now, at this moment, they haven't taken the field. But, as you can see behind the Sherwoods, some armour has arrived. It's not the heavies, it's a Materna 2, the so-called queen of the battlefield. The Materna had done extremely well in the early years of the Desert War. Its 2-pounder gun was perfectly capable of taking out the Italian tanks that were ranged against it. By 1943, the old Queen of the Desert is beginning to show her age a little bit, but nevertheless, it's a very heavily armoured, very competent vehicle. And coming up behind it, we have an MT Stuart 98th Army as the Honey. Much lighter gun, much lighter vehicle. Now, the Sherwoods advanced vehicles, the Honey, to lay down some fire for its Browning machine guns and its 37mm. The Germans have been flanked now by British armour. They've got the Sherwoods in front of them. Not looking too good for the Africa Corps. Yes, they're beginning to fall back again. Under cover, MG42 laying down about 1,000 rounds a minute to give covering fire to the retreat of the Africa Corps. In comes the Honey. Now they're in the open at the moment. The Germans are in danger from this Honey tank. Here come the Sherwoods. Moving up to the second. No, they've taken a defensive position. The Honey's laying down some fire for Browning. There go the Sherwoods. They're now occupying the second position. But the Germans again have fallen back to another strong, pre-prepared position. They're not giving up easily. They've been charged not to give an inch and to defend Tunis to the last man, the last round, the last man, and it looks like they're going to have a go doing it. The 501st Heavy Tank Battalion comprised the Germans' most recent, most formidable weapon, the Panzermark 6, the Tiger. But it also was only ever employed with existing Panzer units. So we can see now German reinforcements entering the battlefield. We've got a Panzermark 3, perhaps the most common German tank used in the Western Desert. And coming up behind it, we have got the fearsome Tiger. Now the Mark III is mounting a 50mm gun. The Tiger, of course, as I'm sure you all know, is mounting an 88mm gun. So the 2-pounder, the 40mm on the Matilda and the 37mm on the Stuart are increasingly now looking to be outgunned. This is a dangerous situation for the Sherwoods. Where's 48 RTR? Where are those Churchills? We need them on the battlefield now. Sherwoods are pinning the Africa Corps down with rifle fire and machine gun fire. But it's increasingly obvious now that German heavy tanks are on the battlefield. This is a critical time for this attack. The Mark III is manoeuvring into firing position. And the Sherwoods, under the circumstances, are withdrawing back to the front line from the Germans. German front line, we've got some fire coming in now. The Germans always counterattack. And part of that methodology is to target their existing positions. German artillery knows exactly where their trenches are. They've got them zeroed in. They've had a radio message saying they're occupied by the British. So German fires come down there on the second line of trenches, forcing the Sherwoods to withdraw. Right, the fog of battle. Right, emboldened now by the approach of their heavy armour, the Africa Corps pushing forward again to retake the middle line of trenches. The Tiger manoeuvring towards some high ground to get an overview of the battlefield. The Allied armour has been disabled and the Tiger's moving into a dangerous position. A couple of very gallant Sherwoods are advancing with the only anti-tank weapon they've got, which is a PIAT, Projector Infantry Anti-Tank, a spring-loaded anti-tank weapon that fires a hollow charge. It's a useful charge, but you do need to get very close to make it effective. And the vehicle they're trying to get very close to is actually a Tiger tank. My goodness, there, another hit on the Honey. Things are looking dire now for the Sherwoods. If that Tiger draws into attack position, it can dominate the battlefield. There's nothing there that can touch it. There goes the PIAT team, very cautiously. You're going to have to get close, guys. The Tiger's keeping hull down. He's confident in his armour protection. There is absolutely no evidence that this PIAT can deal with the Tiger. It's the only option. He's fired. No, completely ineffective. The PIAT team fired. They're now drawing fire from the Germans. They've spotted the threat, such as it is. They're legging it back to the trenches. Go, guys. Covering fire now from the British position. The Sherwoods are desperate. They've got to somehow deal with this Tiger. They simply haven't got the tools to deal with it. Bren guns, Lee Enfields are not going to do the job. The Germans have left behind an anti-tank gun in their forward positions. If the Sherwoods can deploy that, they may be able to do something. But these guys are not trained artillerymen. It's getting a bit desperate. Now the Tiger has achieved the high ground. He's going to start putting harassing fire down on the Sherwoods. German infantry still putting harassing fire down on the Germans. Ladies and gentlemen, 48 RTRs turned up. And not before time, if I may say so, gentlemen. A Churchill tank. Now, the Churchill is heavily armoured. The gun on there. Nice hit, sir. He's gone around into the Tiger. It is a 6-pounder. Or would have been a 6-pounder. That shouldn't penetrate the armour on the Tiger. And yet, the Tiger's sitting there. It's obviously done some damage. Looks like we had a round on the Churchill as well there. Just going forward. No, he's taken position, shielding himself behind that wrecked Churchill. And I suspect he's judging the situation now. He's going to come forward again to a firing position. He's definitely damaged that Tiger. The Africa Corps still laying down fire on the British troops. They're not prepared to give up yet. Yeah, they're in danger of being flanked by the Churchill if they're not careful. Churchill is in a flanking position now on the German infantry. But they're not giving up, they're still gamely putting fire down on the Sherwoods. And he's fired again. And it looks, there we come. This is it, I think, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. Right, the Sherwoods advancing by section. And the Germans, they've had enough. They've had enough. They're retreating. They're retreating will that hot last line hold. And ladies and gentlemen, look at the Tiger. This was the crew members. They're bailing out of the Tiger. Whatever damage that Churchill did has been sufficient to make the crew bail out. Sherwoods are holding the second line. But there they go. There's the Tiger crew disappearing. Quite literally, as it transpired. The Germans have played their ace card and it didn't work. The Sherwoods are back in the middle position and it looks as if, yeah, we're pushing on. Let's finish this, guys. They're going to sweep them out the way now. And that's it. The Germans are streaming back now towards Tunis. It's only a matter of time before the port falls. And the whole of North Africa is in Allied hands. The damage to the Tiger has been sufficient to disable it. It has been knocked out in the accepted sense. It has been penetrated by that 6-pounder, but the turret has been jammed, the radio smashed. It's no longer a fighting vehicle, and as such it becomes the first Mark I Tiger captured by the Western Allies in a usable condition. The last vehicle on the battlefield, the Daimler Dingo Scout car, come to assess the situation. Often used by senior officers as a sort of armoured scout car, armoured staff car almost. And its appearance on the battlefield, I think, signals the end of this engagement. The war in North Africa will last another couple of months. The Germans are not going to give up Tunis easily. But by June, the Supreme Allied Commander in North Africa, General Alexander, was able to send a signal back to London saying, I have the honour to report that the whole of the African coastline is now in Allied hands. And to some extent, I think we have to thank men like the Sherwoods and the tankies of the 49th War Tank Regiment who form part of that splendid endeavour. I hope you've enjoyed our attempt to illustrate.